But let's start off with a British beauty, and I'm not talking about myself for once.
Our ride today is the 2009 Land Rover LR3. A great vehicle that's steeped in history, especially in the United Kingdom. Made by the Wilks brothers in Wales in 1948, this was a metal alloy made from aluminum and magnesium. Well, it's known as the vehicle that lasts a long time. The vehicle is now one of the most prestigious and sophisticated on- and off-road vehicles available. This vehicle, we'll take a look at the outside, we'll take a look at the inside, but first of all, let's take a look under the hood. We'd like to welcome Tom Yeager from Land Rover Portland into our studio. Tom, we have the hood open of the 2009 Land Rover LR3. Tell me a little bit about what powers this vehicle.
Thank you, Nick. This power plant is a 4.4 liter, 300 horsepower, all aluminum V8. A wonderful engine that's been around for quite some time now, but optimized with the latest computer management software for very efficient power.
Now, not only is the engine very efficient and a great one for Land Rover that's been around for a while, it also has a great powertrain under this vehicle as well.
It really does, and that's kind of the hallmark of any Land Rover, is certainly its four-wheel drive system. So what this car offers is what's called permanent four-wheel drive, and what that means is it's always engaged. You have traction at any of the four wheels at all given times.
Now, do I care about that? Does that make any difference to somebody here locally in Portland?
You know, it sure does. Here in Portland, where we get rain most of the winter, even on a rain-slicked road, you can take advantage of the fact that the traction in the split second is being shifted to the wheel with the best traction at all times.
Now, for someone like me who likes to play with buttons on the inside of a vehicle, I notice I can make this go up and down with the air suspension.
You can. It's a real trademark of the Range Rover that's now been introduced to the LR3 a couple years ago. And what's an advantage of that is that it gives you an opportunity when you're either off-road to lift the car up a few inches for more ground clearance. On-road, you can press the same button to lower it down to the ground, so it's easier to step into the car and out of it. And simultaneously, the ride comfort is improved by having air springs on an independent suspension all the way around.
Tom, so up front of the 2009 LR3, those headlights are a lot different from a regular vehicle's headlights, right?
That's right. What these headlights are what's called adaptive Bi-Xenon headlights. And what that means, the adaptive portion means they swivel. As you're turning the vehicle, they're turning to see around corners ahead of you. And the Bi-Xenon means that they're the high-intensity discharge lighting, both on the high beam and the low beam.
Now, what about some of the other features up front for 2009?
Well, they have changed a little bit in the styling. You'll notice that the bumper caps and the wheel arch moldings here that were before darker black trim are now painted body color. You have the inset fog lights up front there as well. A larger 19-inch wheel is now standard across the line.
And I noticed headlight washers too.
They do have, for those wonderful headlights, they have headlight washers that are heated, so even in inclement weather, they keep them nice and clean so your visibility is never compromised. You do also have front and rear fog lights that go along with that as well.
So up this end of the vehicle, at the back end of the vehicle, there's a couple of other things too, and that big square Land Rover shape, you can't really miss it, right?
That's right. That's a very distinctive feature of the Land Rover LR3, is the stepped-up roof and a very rectangular shape. And what that's going to afford is the stadium seating in all three rows and plenty of comfortable space for 7 full-sized passengers.
Now that's a pretty big window on the rear quarter panel there too.
That is. That's also a hallmark of a Land Rover, is what they call the command driving position, and these nice big windows all the way around for great visibility.
Now, once you get your brand new 2009 LR3, you can stick a lot of other stuff on the outside as well, too.
You can. I'm sure you've seen a lot of Land Rovers that are accessorized with all these kinds of accessories that you can individualize for your own activities, such as roof racks and brush guards, taillight guards, running boards, really to suit it for the kinds of things you'll be doing, or even just the look that you'll want to get.
Now, I also actually saw in a Land Rover magazine the fact that you could get a tent for the roof of the vehicle.
That's right. Isn't that great?
Yeah, it mounts right on the roof of the vehicle so you can camp on the roof. That's awesome. Here are some ways to buy the 2009 Land Rover LR3. First of all, when you take a look at this vehicle, it is a true 7-seater passenger vehicle, meaning it can actually take 7 adults, full-size adults that is. This vehicle is sophisticated off-road and is very capable on-road. It does all those things that Land Rovers are well known for. And to know what quality you're getting, well, this fact might come in useful. 75% of all those Land Rovers ever made are still on the road today. Now let's take a look at the MSRP for the 2009 Land Rover LR3.
The 2009 Land Rover LR3 comes with a 4.4-litre V8 engine, a 6-speed automatic transmission, and a base price of $49,300. Our in-studio version was MSRP'd at $56,275. The EPA gives it a rating in the city of 12 miles a gallon and on the highway of 17. If you'd like to test drive the LR3, go to Land Rover of Portland, and Tom Yeager will be happy to help you. Still to come on the Ride Show, the LA Times called it perfectly constructed, elegantly engineered, and shamelessly underpriced. We take a look at the Acura RDX. And we'll also take a look at the Infiniti EX35. That and much more when lap 2 of the Ride Show begins.